Lynchburg, Virginia, better known as Hill City, an historic place that takes pride in nature's beauty and a love of art and music. And of course, with every good city comes a good bar or two. Welcome to a place where we get personal intakes of real-life bar situations from actual bar workers and bar goers. So grab a drink, take a seat. You're about to enter Bar Zone. Welcome to Bar Zone, where we discuss bar topics while also taking a look at a local bar. I'm your host, Ty. Let's take a look. Chug A LUG is a family-friendly bar and restaurant that is literally walking distance from the Lynchburg airport. The bar itself has been in Lynchburg for over 40 years, but has been under the name Chug A LUG's for the past 2. The bar is well known for their wings and burgers and guarantees to have the cheapest, coldest beer in town. Thursday night pool tournaments, along with karaoke nights, Thursday through Saturday. So when you're at the bar with your friends, what are you guys talking about?
Bar talk. I hear sports stuff, hear guys talking shit about girls, girls talking shit about guys.
How somebody done ticked them off at that job. Hooking up with someone.
Girl, why she got that on like that?
Yeah. This is going to be
We hear
various different things, man.
So you'll hear any and everything from what they plan on doing to somebody that night to who they're dealing with at work to wanting to divorce their husband. Like, you never know what you're going to hear.
Bar talk it's mainly sports. It's usually sports related, or when you're scoping out the bar, like, oh, did you see the girl in the blue dress, or did you see the brunette outside? And that's how you know how alert and aware your friends are. If they like say it at the same time as you. Oh, you mean the one in the brown suit? The one in the brown suit, yeah.
Wow. That's a broad spectrum of anything.
Guys.
I like to people watch and then get real catty. So, it's fun.
Or did you see that super drunk guy who has only his top button? Like, he's pretty drunk right now. Or did you see the bartender? She usually doesn't look that hot, but she looks really hot tonight. And then you're like, how many drinks did you have?
Some stuff can be pretty random, I will admit that, but there's no telling what you'll hear sometimes.
Well, me, I talk about me. I hope they don't start no trouble in here, because I don't feel like it. And if I do, I'm gonna get more aggressive.
Yeah. That comes with it.
Yeah. Just a general conversation, really nothing particular. Football, sports, boxing.
Yeah.
Just general conversation.
Yeah.
I overheard a woman one time trying to basically divorce her husband. She brought out her friends for support and was like, "You're just not a good guy." And he was like, "I just thought we were coming out for drinks." I felt bad for him.
Generally work, other entertainment stuff. This is when I'm, at a bar. It's generally because I'm working or going to support somebody else. So 9 times out of 10, we're in a conversation about something that's coming up or different systems that we use or their setup or, different things kind of bouncing ideas off of each other.
We just talk about everything. I mean, makeup, just what we did today, or just random stuff, really.
I hear all kinds of things. Some stuff is very personal. Some people don't, I guess they're not aware of who's around them, and they tell their personal business, whether it might be health issues or... I heard one woman talking about how her and her husband aren't intimate anymore, and she was upset about that. I heard it. She wasn't talking to me, and she was kind of a little bit away from me, so I still heard that.
I mainly talk about either where I want to go to eat after. When I get off, one of the one things that I do, you know what I'm talking about. When I get off, I'm talking about going somewhere to sit down and grub.
There's a time and a place for everything.
Yeah.
I like to go to the tea room. Let's see. I like to go to Buffalo Wild Wings. I like to eat there, and just different spots.
Me, it don't matter. It don't matter. And what I like to eat, you can't say on TV, so it don't matter.
All right. Like I said, most of my friends watch Game of Thrones, so we'll talk about Game of Thrones. But everybody has that one friend that doesn't watch anything, and so they're just sitting there awkwardly. Like my friend Vance watches nothing, so like if we're talking about The Office, he's just like, it's the worst show ever, and I'm just like, bye Vance.
Don't drink too much too fast. Bar tip.
So you're out at the bar having a ball, and a bridal party comes in. Did your night just get 10 times better?
Bachelor parties, I try to keep them out. Bachelorette parties, that is like your A1, like primo. Get them in free if you can. Like, they will make the entire life of the party just jump times 10.
It's girls' night times 10 for Bachelorette. Definitely.
9 times out of 10, the first thing red flags go up is that how much consumed alcohol they've already taken before they even got there. And try to pick out which one is going to be the most loudmouth, the most obnoxious person in that group.
And pick out which one is the drunkest.
Yeah.
It's usually pretty loud.
Typical girls' night, right? Just elevated. No one's going to cause a fight because they're all happy. One might end up crying, though, because she gets too drunk and realizes her best friend's about to get married. And then they're gone because they have a wedding the next day. Perfect.
Like, after the bar when you get home, well, the hotel. You're normally in a hotel. So, and you're probably in a big city. So, hotel, big city, there's always people struggling in the hallways. So, we got some guy to pretend to be a stripper for our friend. And she got really upset, but it was great. Like, he even, like, came, like, unbuttoned his shirt. And we're like, okay, you can go. And then he wanted to hang out with us later. But then you got to say, no, it's time for you to go. Joke's over.
Bachelor parties and bachelorette parties, things like that, they're usually in and out. They're usually going bar to bar, things like that. Guys stop in, have a beer and a shot.
I haven't been a part of any, but I hate to say this. I've seen so many people with the bride sash making out with people at the bar, and I'm like, that's not a good sign. Like, I hope his bachelor party is in Vegas and he's not here right now.
Typically, somebody will just hand over a credit card and you just run it that way, and then they're out the door. It's kind of like the buying a round of shots for, when you're out with your friends. Kind of works the same way with bachelor parties. Bachelorette parties are a little more fun to be around, I think. With all the tiaras and the shirts with like the candy and stuff on. I mean, I tend to get into it really big. Guys just want to go out and, drink.
Excessive drinking, and there's always the one that has to get taken back first. The one that can't keep up. And there's usually a woo girl or two.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't actually a bridal party, the time that stands out to me the most. It was actually a wedding party. They showed up in front of the bar in a giant, like, limo bus, and just were like, y'all, just come on in here. The party was kind of dead to begin with, so as soon as they jumped in, it amplified everything. And it basically became one giant wedding reception. Like, everybody was talking to everybody. They had no fights that night. Nobody was upset. It was awesome.
I don't think I've seen any bachelor or bachelorette parties. If I have, they were boring because I couldn't tell that they were having a party. So,
But yeah, you see some pretty drunk groups of people out there wandering around sometimes.
When girls get real drunk, they're like, wow! Woo girl.
yeah, like every 5 minutes.
Yep.
Woo!
Them. And
Oh
it's
my God!
Yep. And they're falling all over the place.
Girl,
spilling
no.
drinks.
Don't set your expectations too high. Things can always change through the night. Bar tip.
I think it's time we take a break to acknowledge the real MVPs, the GOATs, the ones that truly hold it down in the bar industry. That's right, the DDs.
I wish I could have one because I'm always the designated driver. Like, I wish I could get drunk and not have to drive. But I can't because I'm responsible.
Love those.
Hey, they straight up blessings. If they come to pick up a friend and they just dare to pick up a friend to give them a ride home, yeah, it's hats off to them.
Very, very, very important. I can't say how many times. One, there have been so many drunk people stuck without rides because their DD got drunk and left them, forgot them, and it came back 2 hours later. But being a promoter, that's one of our biggest fears, not business-wise, but looking at the people that, come to us to have a good time. We don't want to put them at a risk for their life. So getting taxis or Ubers or having your DD set up, that's something that we definitely look at. If you don't have a DD and you're drunk, most of the times we will not let you leave on your own. You can just keep your car in the parking lot. I'll call you a taxi. Like that's a non-negotiable for us.
Some people do this the wrong way. Some people think it's the person with the highest alcohol tolerance, but you'll still blow if you get pulled over. So it should be the person who can like be okay with only having 2 drinks, and probably three out of 5 times I'm that person that I'm like, I'll be the DD tonight.
It's a good idea, but sometimes there just isn't one. So just take a back road.
As long as everybody get home safe.
Yeah.
I don't want to see nobody hurt.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's
Or in
about
jail.
somebody being safe or in jail. Yeah.
I have never been one, and I don't ever want to be one.
I think it depends on how drunk your passengers are. If they're just falling out the car, yelling, I'm gonna be like, you need to get out.
We were at Rivermont Pizza the other night, and everybody's like, okay, we're only gonna have 1 drink. And then one of my friends, like, I refer to him as the friend I only drink at when we're at a house party, that you don't have to leave, because you can't drink in public with him. Like, I had a glass of Makers, like I had a double of Makers, and I was drinking it slowly. I was like, I'm probably not gonna finish this since I'm driving home. He walks up to the table. He's like, are you really not gonna drink that? I'm like, nah, I gotta drive home. Whole double in 5 seconds and just walks away, and I'm just like, house drinking friend, not bar drinking friend.
I've had to take someone home before. I'm not saying I was the DD, but I drove, and we had to corral him into the car like a dog or a cow. We had to like close the one door and like, come on, let's go, and then like close in the other end. People get wild sometimes.
Teamwork.
Yeah, it is. It took a whole bunch of people. It is teamwork.
For the most part, they come there. You know, all I ask for them to do is to show me an ID. If they there to really just pick up somebody, if it's no big deal, just let me hold your ID. I'll let you inside, you know, go and pick out the person that you're going to give the ride to and come back down, get your ID from me, and everybody's happy.
Yeah.
So
A designated driver is definitely the way to go. And typically, designated drivers, they're there with the group. I'll either get them something to eat for free or something, you know, non-alcoholic on the house. Try to take care of the people who are doing that. Of course, you know, designated drivers is a good way to go, but now we also have Uber as well, which is nice. So you can, you know, I used to be one to drive around after drinking a lot, but in the job I have now, I could lose my job for drinking and driving. So I've been riding the Uber train pretty solid here lately.
Usually, if I go out, I'm the designated driver because I don't really drink that much at all, especially if I'm out. It's just, I'd rather be the person who's babysitting everybody or driving everybody because I want to make sure everybody get home safe at the end of the night.
Like, we normally just take an Uber.
It's definitely a good idea for a designated driver, or at least somebody you can call to come pick you up.
So if you think your bar has what it takes to be on Bar Zone, make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. Till next time.